What's up guys, Ryan here, back with some more Rush Royale. And before we jump into this video, I do want to say, go check out Gunman's channel, Gunman69 YouTube, the Merging Gamer. He's been playing a new game called Cubic Clash, so I'm going to be trying that game out as well. I've been playing it a little bit. Right now, I don't think it's quite as good as Rush, but I think it's a lot more free-to-play friendly. So if you guys are interested in it, I am going to be posting a video either tonight or tomorrow. I will not be posting those videos over the Rush Royale. Rush Royale comes first, so just on my free time, I'll be posting some extra videos. So you guys check them out. Cubic Clash is actually pretty fun. I'll post in my video, I'll show you my username ID so you can add me, and yeah, we can play together, guys. So first off, I want to say the new buffs for Sentry, absolutely awesome. I think Sentry is actually better than Boreas, and I think he takes the spot at Crystalmancer. So I have two decks I want to show you guys today. This one is the first one I'm going to be showing you. It's a Trickster deck. It's a very toxic deck, kind of like the Boreas Shaman deck, but you are using the Clock of Power. So if you didn't know, Clock of Power actually got a buff, and excuse me, Clock of Power is actually really strong. So the way this deck works, we'll go ahead and jump into a match. You kind of want to chain your Clocks of Power if you can. So you're going to merge all your Shamans, you're going to get them to where they're in a bad spot. So for the Inquisitor, you're going to try to get them to break their either 4 or 7 Inquisitors and take their damage down by a lot, and then you want to chain those Clocks of Power. That way they can't survive really. Then with Robot, pretty much you got to try to beat them before they get to their 10 or 15 merges, because after that you won't be able to out DPS them. But we are playing against a Boreas Shaman Demonologist deck, so this is a good deck to I guess display the ability of the Sentry. The other deck I'm using is a Crystalmancer swap, so it's the same deck you would use with the Crystalmancer. It's actually really strong as well. So if you don't like this deck or don't have some of these cards, you can fast forward next to the next battle, and yeah, this next deck should be a little bit more free to play friendly. Has a lot of other substitute options you can change. So check it out. So we're gonna go ahead and pop the Shaman right there just to make him merge. And we're gonna do this. We did get a tier 2 Sentry, so that's awesome. So we're trying to get him into a bad spot early. We're gonna chain it. See what we can do here. Go ahead and pop this. Got a tier 3 Sentry, that's some good RNG. He is struggling right now. If you didn't know, Clock of Power on the board, even if you don't merge it, it still slows him by a little bit. It's not quite as, or it's not even close to being as strong as it would be if you merge them, but it still slows them down. So he has 2 Boreases. I don't think we're going to beat him on wave 1. We can try, see if we can get something going here. We are perfectly fine. We have enough sentries to survive. It is Tribunal, so we don't want to have a bunch of units on the board, but if we have to, we will. Our goal is to take him out as soon as possible. We'll do this. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade our Sentry to level 2. Sentry's really good once you max it. Before you max it, he doesn't do a ton of DPS because it doesn't swap targets very fast. And that's the only downfall to him, is his attack speed's a little bit slow. But he's still really strong. Wave 1 is usually the more difficult wave. He shreds bosses. I'll have a Sentry, if I use the deck I'm going to show you in a minute, he crits over 60k, and I don't even have that high of a crit chance. So keep an eye out for that. We're going to go ahead and merge these two, see if we can get something going here. That's actually good for us. We're going to pop that. So we should be good. Just a tier 2, we're critting 15k. I mean, we wiped him. And you can see old Whisper, sorry buddy, but yeah, he disconnected. So we made him rage quit. You can see this deck's, it's pretty dang strong. I have actually beat 2 Inquisitors and a Robot deck in a row the last 3 games. So that makes 4 in a row that I've won. We're not going to play that one again. If we have time for a 3rd game, we will, which we're only 4 minutes in, so a 3rd game is definitely going to happen. So let's go and show you the next one. The next one is you're playing with the Gadget. You are playing the Chemist, and then you got the Frost Dryad. So your DPS is really high. You got some sustain and you got some mana generation. So that's one very important thing, is having some mana generation. I do really like this deck. Been having more fun with the Trickster one, as toxic as that is, and I'm sorry to post this video, but yeah, Shaman and Clock of Power together are pretty dang broken. Not gonna lie. Let's hope we can pick up a victory with this one. I'm not saying by any means that Sentry is the best card in the game, because the Sentry decks are not the best. Playing against Beast 2, and I was gonna say top of the food chain is still Robot for sure. He's definitely the best DPS card in the game right now. I will say Inquisitor is slightly worse, but is Inquisitor still a little bit better than Sentry? I do personally think Sentry is the third best DPS in the game right now, or close to it. Gargoyle is pretty dang good too. But Sentry, I think, takes the spot of Boreas for sure. I don't think Boreas is as good as Sentry by at all. Sentry just crits too hard. Especially when you get like a tier 4 from your Dryad on this deck. It's pretty insane. Tier 4 with the Chemist, with the Gadget, and an Empowered Square. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Sentry be doing some big boy damage. So he may brick. Okay, he saved himself. I thought he was gonna lose. If we were playing the Shaman deck, he would have lost there. But we're not. So now we got us another Vampire. Let's go ahead and max out Vamp. Get some extra, what's the word here? I don't even know what word I'm trying to say, but trying to get some extra mana. That's what I'm trying to say, but there's another word for it. Cringe. Let's see. Once he gets 10 or 15 mergers, I'm pretty sure he out DPSs us. I really do. It's gonna be hard to beat him. That deck has some sustain too, or some slow. Stasis. Stasis did get nerfed, but Stasis is still pretty dang good. I'm gonna go ahead and try to buy out. I'm gonna kill Gorgon as fast as we can. Go ahead and merge them. Merge them. That's not what I wanted, but it'll work. Be okay. Needed some Dryads on some Sentries. Need to get some high tier Sentries. That way we can shred the bosses. Alright, there's just a Dryad. We're gonna wait because Gorgon is we want him to have an extra target. There's another, I guess I probably should have waited there too, but it's okay. YOLO, come on. Okay, that was luck. Really good RNG right there. Should kill Gorgon pretty dang quick. If we got more crits, he died pretty much instantly, but it's okay. It doesn't matter if he dies instantly. So he has a tier 4 robot in the Empowered Square, so we might be in a little bit of trouble. So once our tier 3 Sentry hits that boost, we should be good to go. We'll definitely kill the next Gorgon really easily. Once you get to the like 4th wave, I think is when it starts getting really hard for this deck. But most games don't last that long anyway. Or a lot of the time. I guess it really depends on the matchup. This matchup is definitely going to be a late game matchup. I have beat Robot before with this deck, but if they get good RNG like his tier 4, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat, I'll be honest with you. I don't think we will win this one just because he is Robot, but I'm not counting this deck out. This deck is a lot better than I thought it would be. When I saw the Sentry buff, I was like, I gotta try him, but I knew, or I didn't think that he would be insanely broken or anything, which he's not, but he's definitely good. I didn't think he'd be better than Boreas, and he is for sure. Okay, that's another tier 3. I'm gonna go ahead and max him out. Okay, so it is kind of like Crystalmancer. I crit 30k with Crystalmancer maxed. Like that's, once he builds up, it's like 29k for me. So the fact that I can crit over 60k with Sentry is pretty insane. Almost doubled the damage of, or it's actually over double the damage of Crystalmancer. And Crystalmancer is not bad. So we're critting 50k's right there, and that's without a maxed out Chemist. So that's pretty good, and that probably wasn't our Empowered Square. The Empowered Square, and with the Gadget, it's gonna be over 60k for sure. So let's see what we're gonna do here. I think we're gonna merge these two. Then we're gonna try and get us a higher tier Chemist, because the tier 1 Chemist wasn't really doing much. And we're gonna do this. Come on, Chemist. All right, so we got a lot of slow. Not really what I'm looking for right now. We're gonna do this. Okay, tier 4 Chemist, I'm cool with that. I like it. We're gonna go ahead and max him out. We just crit a 63k or 62.7k if you didn't see it. It's without maxed Chemist. Now he's maxed. Let's see what we crit. It hasn't updated, but I think he has to re-attack the monster for it to change. Okay, so we're now going against the Banner Lord, so it's not going to crit as hard. It's okay, it's okay. We'll say, guys, this Cubic Clash is really good for free to play. I have spent a little bit on the game just to try to get some of the cards because I got a late start on it and the events were about over. But free to play players, you get a lot of gems in this game. You get a lot of gold, you get a lot of cards. So if they play their cards right, no pun intended, I think that they could have a better game than Rush. The one thing about Rush that I like is the fact that all the cards have their own like identity. In Cubic Clash, they're just a bunch of squares. I mean, they don't have their own personality, I guess is the word for it. So that's the one thing I like about Rush is the personality of the cards. Okay. So now after this, whoa. I don't know if you guys have realized Dryad is level 4. I didn't know that. I was not intentionally leveling up Dryad, so if you saw that, then I'm sorry, because I just now noticed that. Sheesh. I have wasted a lot. We have a pretty dang good board right now. I don't really want to mess it up. I just want to max stuff out. You can see he's got 15 merges on his robot and a bunch of stasis, and he's out DPSing us with the stasis, so it's gonna be hard to beat him unless he just messes up big time. We do have a lot of DPS. We're got those big boy crits, 63k. Sentry's definitely good, but it's hard to compete with Robot right now. Really surprised Robot didn't get nerfed. Should be able to kill the Tribunal. 5 million health. Oh yeah, we're good. If a card can do 5 million damage to a Tribunal before he gets to the end, your DPS is pretty dang good. And he didn't even really, he made it like almost 2/3 of the way across the board. So I mean, he's really, I'm liking Sentry, guys. I really am. Sentry could be like the new meta. There can be some better, I'm sure there's some better decks that I just haven't tried yet, but this deck is pretty dang good. I probably screwed myself just now with the merges, which at this point we just lose anyway. Can't really beat Robot this late into the game unless you're playing Demonologist, and we're not. So it's gonna be hard here to get a victory. It's definitely not over yet. We'll make it to the next boss, I think. I don't know for sure. We may die here. Banner Lord may take our soul. I think he's gonna. Okay, yeah, we lose. That was dumb of me to think that I was gonna win. Okay, so we lost. We're at 6k trophy still. He had a 100% win rate. I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but if he did, then good job, Beast 2, because 100% win rate is pretty much impossible to keep at this trophy range. But let's jump into a match with the Trickster deck again. See if we can pick up another dub with it, because I think this deck's actually a little bit better. You can usually finish, so he's playing Robot. Our goal, finish him as fast as possible. That's what we're gonna try to do. Robot is really, really weak on the first wave. So we're gonna chain the clocks if we can. Okay. He hasn't merged yet. We wanna get some shamans. Come on. Give me the mana. I need some more units. There's 2 merges for our clocks. Could be a chain. I'll pop the Trickster. Come on, why are we getting so many tier 1 sentries? I don't need sentry yet. Give me some shamans or summoners. It ain't looking like we're gonna finish them early, because our RNG for cards is pretty low. Pretty bad. Okay, we'll take that. There's just a shaman. We're gonna pop him all at once here in a minute. We can. He is playing Snowflake. That sucks. That means he can insta clear the whole board. That's really bad. He probably just beats us now. We definitely won't beat him this wave. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna make him suffer a little bit. Okay. He did pop his Snowflake. So see if we can get him down right now. Do that. Okay. So you can see he's getting really weak. See what Clock of Power does? If you chain him, the DPS, he has to have 5 merges. He's going to get 5 merges somehow, I think. Or survive until Snowflake, which he got 5 merges, didn't he know? Can we beat him? Can we beat him? Can we beat him? Go, monsters! No way, that is so tragic. That tilted me a little bit, not gonna lie. That sucks. I thought we had him there. The fact that we couldn't beat him there probably means we're gonna lose. This deck is not a late game deck. This is a finish them as early as possible deck. Which he still has, if he wants those merges for his robot, he'll be losing a lot of DPS unless he gets lucky. If he like merges them and gets tier 2s, then he's good. But so I'm not gonna use any mana to upgrade our sentry, I don't think. We'll do this. Make him merge it, make him get rid of the DPS. Come on, come on. Okay, we're gonna clock. We're gonna clock this. Okay, we're gonna clock it again. We're gonna do this. Come on. Okay. Let's get rid of them robots if we can. I think he's good. He still has Snowflake too, yeah. I think that's gonna be our defeat. Literally, Snowflake is the only reason he is alive. And most robot users don't play Snowflake. So, it's just really unlucky, honestly. Really unlucky. We're not getting very good RNG on our drops either, because we're getting nothing but sentries. And that's not good for this deck. We're not trying to make it to late game, we're trying to finish them as early as we can. We're gonna do this, okay. Okay. Boom. Come on, 25k health. He doesn't have Snowflake. There's 1 damage. 2, come on, come on. 2 damage. We beat him. Woo, baby. So, yeah, this deck's pretty dang good. We just beat a robot deck that I didn't think we were gonna beat. Really happy about that one. We are 17 minutes in. I think we're gonna take our 2-0 on this deck. This deck, really strong. You pretty much gotta have all these cards. I did try taking Mime over Summoner and it didn't work as well. I struggled a little bit more. I didn't have as much mana generation. So I would try to keep at least Summoner in there. You could maybe, I think Harlequin's still better than Mime too. So it's I think you pretty much need all these cards for this deck to be as good as it is. Trickster obviously helps too. You don't have to have Trickster, but Trickster is really good for making sure they don't get as much mana. But hope you guys enjoy the video. Keep an eye out for the Cubic Clash video. I'll be posting one of those pretty soon, probably tonight or tomorrow morning. That'll be the goal anyway. But hope you guys have a wonderful night. Make sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, guys, and I appreciate every single one of you.
Let's make a run together. I'll be by your